Lizzy, I'm going to be late coming home today as well. I won't be needing anything for dinner either.
Wait, today you have to stay late again?
A lot more work started to flow in, so
But you told me before that you'd do your best to be home from work earlier today.
what else was I supposed to do this time? I have work that needs to be done, and there's no getting around that.
But due to you never being home anymore, I'm not even able to have any time to myself.
Really? Just go take a long bath or something, then relax.
I have to take care of your mom, so I can't just take an hour to relax. If something happens to her while I'm in the bath, how will I know? I'm sorry, but there's just no way for me to relax while you're not around here.
You have Gracie there, right? Just have her watch over Mom.
She's only in the 4th grade, Shane. I get that she can do simple things for your mom when she asks, but that's all she can do at the moment. She can't help your mom to the toilet or anything like that.
Then how about you get to it and teach her how to help Mom to that? That's a great way to get her prepared for the world, right?
And if she's able to learn that quickly how to do things like that, it'd be a huge help. But, however, I'm trying my very best to not have my own daughter take care of your mom for us.
Why not?
Why not? Because she shouldn't have to do things like that at her age. That'd be like forcing her to care for a baby at her age, and I hate that. I'm fine with Gracie helping me out a little bit when it comes to your mom, but that's all I want. It shouldn't become something she has to help me with day in and day out. She's just a kid still, and I just don't like the idea of that.
But caring for an aging mother is something the whole family should be a part of. I think she'll be fine.
If you're going to say it's something the whole family should be a part of, then why aren't you coming home to help us out more with your mom?
And I'm working a very important job right now. That's the foundation for our family, right? It's because of me that you don't have to work a job and care for my mom all day long, right?
Because of you? You're the one that forced me into this spot, right? I wanted to have her put into a home so that she could be looked after by professionals, yet you said otherwise.
You think I put my important mother into a home for the old and dumb? I can't believe you're able to just throw our parents aside so easily, Lizzy.
I'm not putting this out there as a way of throwing her aside, though. If anything, retirement homes and places like that will be a lot better for her than a house like ours.
I've heard from lots of people that putting your parents into places like that will only make them go crazy sooner. And you've heard on the news about some of these professionals not helping out enough with the elderly or doing other far more hideous things to them, right?
And those are rare cases, right? We just have to find a place that will make sure to care for her well and that doesn't seem fishy in any way. I also have friends that take care of the elderly for work, so we can ask them where they think your mom would do best at. And I'm sure they'd recommend the homes they work at since they are all very hardworking people.
Are you sure they aren't just saying they work hard to make you like them more? I mean, they can say whatever they want about themselves because it's not like the old senile people they care for are going to speak out.
You have no right saying that when you never even care for your own mother who's in your house. You just come right home and pass out on the couch. Have you even talked with your mom yet about what she thinks when it comes to going to a retirement home? I'm sure she'd want to tell you her opinions on it.
I'm really too tired when I get home from work. What else am I supposed to do besides sleep?
Well, we're on the same page then because I'm tired as well. Also, I'd really just like a little time to myself, all right? And not just that, but I'd like time to take Gracie out to buy new clothes and things like that.
Well, when the helper comes to look after my mom, then you can take the time to go out with Gracie, all right? We already paid that person enough to come in and help, so take advantage of that sometime.
Right. Then I guess I'll be doing that.
But remember not to be going out of the house too long, okay? If you're out for more than an hour or so, that helper will start to charge us even more.
All right. But after we've bought her clothes, is it all right for us to go out and eat a little?
Huh? Why can't you both just eat at home? Why are you trying to waste time and money like that?
I'm not wasting anything, Shane. It's already been a year now that we've had your mom living with us so that I can take care of her. And during that whole year, I haven't had a chance to take Gracie anywhere to eat outside the house. So what's wrong with every so often taking her somewhere nice to have some different food?
During the summer, Gracie went out to your parents' place, right? I think that was more than enough fun time for her to have spent.
That was time she spent with my parents, Shane. She never had any fun spending time with me or you during the summer. I've always had to stay at home taking care of your mom and have told her to wait so many times on me to finish up here before we can go out and play. But you know what? That time has not come yet for her. So please, let me have this time with her.
No way. You hurry up and do that shopping and get your butt right back to the house. I'll make sure that from now on, I'll take Gracie out to eat more.
Are you sure?
Yeah. That should be good enough for you, right?
Well, as long as one of us is taking her out to have a little fun and enjoy some other food, it's fine. Then I'll go out with her to get some clothes and then be right back home.
Please. And make sure not to buy too much, all right? Gracie hasn't even grown that much since last year, so there's no reason to go overboard. So only the things she needs this time, please. I wanted to have this place remodeled at some point, so I'm saving up all the money I can now.
Sure, I can do that. By the way, what time do you think you'll be home today?
Probably not until late tonight.
I see. Be careful on your way home, okay? And good luck with the rest of work.
Hey, Lizzy. Did I hear that you collapsed? I just got a text from Gracie saying so.
Did she text you? Well, I'm in the hospital right now.
What happened that caused this?
They're saying this all looks like appendicitis. And so very soon here, I'll be getting surgery for it.
Huh? Surgery? So does that mean you'll be staying in the hospital for a while?
Yeah.
What's going to happen with you taking care of my mom?
Well, from today, I'm going to be in the hospital for 3 days. And I just thought about asking my parents to come and take care of things for me.
Are you thinking of asking your parents to come and take care of my mom? Asking them something like that is going a bit too far, don't you think?
But there isn't anyone else that I can ask to run over to the house last minute like this. And Gracie is also at home. How about Rachel?
You're talking about my mom's little sister?
Yeah, she had talked with me on the phone only a couple of days ago. She said when she's in town, she'd be willing to come to the house.
When would she ever be in town around us? She lives way too far away from us to ever have any business here, right? So don't ask her to come and look after her older sister when she's so far away, please.
Then, I guess that leaves us with asking my parents to come and take care of your mom, right?
Stop that. We're not going to be asking your parents for anything. I'll take some time off work to be at home.
What? Aren't you too busy right now, though, to do something like that? Is that going to be all right with them?
I don't want you saying things like that. Do you think I was going to do nothing for you after you collapsed due to being sick? I'm your family, so I'll make sure to put in a good effort to take care of things while you're in the hospital.
Shane, thank you so much.
You're my wife, so doing something like this can go without thanks.
But for the longest time, you've done nothing back at our house.
Well, that was all a little bad on my part. I was just really busy at the time, so I had no way of helping you out, but starting today, you can leave caring for my mom and raising Gracie in my hands, so hurry up and get better, okay? You don't have to worry about the house for the next few days.
All right, thank you.
But I will have to be around my mom all day, so I don't think I'll be able to come to the hospital to see you at all.
And there's no problem with that. I have my purse with me already, and if I need anything else while I'm there, I can borrow it from the hospital or get it from the convenience store here.
I'm sorry, Lizzy. Now, good luck with that surgery you'll have soon. I'm going to go explain all that's happened to my boss and get right back to our house.
Sounds good. Thank you, Shane. I already made dinner for tonight and it's in the fridge, so just warm it up and eat it tonight. And the food for your mom has been made up as well, so just put it on the stove and warm it up a bit before giving it to her. There's a small Tupperware in the fridge with mashed potatoes for her that you can throw in the microwave and heat up as well.
I get it.
Well, if there are any questions still, you can ask Gracie. She knows all there is to know about dinner tonight. And if she doesn't know, then just shoot me a message.
Can you please just focus on worrying about yourself now? You never had a break from caring for my mom for the longest time, so I'd like you to relax a bit and not think about a thing for the next 3 days you're in the hospital.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure you had it all under control. Well, good luck with everything back home. When my surgery is done and I'm awake again, I'll send you a text.
Mom, what should I do?
What's going on, Gracie?
Mom, Grandma's saying she's having a really hard time right now.
What? Where's your dad?
Dad didn't come home yesterday, and he hasn't been home since.
What? Why not?
I'll tell you later.
All right. Let's just focus on what's going on with Grandma, okay? Is there something hurting that's making Grandma not feel so good?
She's really hot right now and feels tired. I gave her some medicine for her head, but she's telling me it's beginning to get harder to breathe now.
I'll call 911 and have an ambulance head over to the house right now. Make sure that you get into the ambulance with Grandma as well when they get there, okay?
Okay.
When you get to the hospital, can you make sure to tell me the name of the hospital for me? Then I'll tell my parents to head over there at once to come and see you.
Lizzy, listen. Yesterday you were supposed to be out of the hospital, right?
That's right. What? What's happened with you?
I'm sorry. Actually, I went into work today. There's this meeting that I was told I couldn't be away from today. Also, Mom and Lizzy weren't back at the house. I tried calling her on her phone and she never picked it up. Did they end up going out to see you or something like that?
You really are the worst person I know.
I told you I'm sorry about having to go into work. But I just assumed they'd be able to care for themselves for one day. It's not like Lizzy had to be at school anyways, and she had a small break from school this week. So you should understand how I was thinking of things here, right? But, well, now I'm a bit worried because neither of them are at the house anymore.
That's right. Something very bad happened while you were away.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
Your mom had to go to the hospital because she developed a really bad fever. And so Lizzy was sent to my parents' house to be taken care of by them.
What?
I know about how you haven't been home for the past 3 days now. And that you left the care of your own mother in the hands of a 4th grader. You told her that she had to care for your mom in order to give me a break, right?
I had no way of taking work off.
You are supposed to be on vacation just like her, right? It's the holidays right now. I even called your office just to make sure, and not a single soul answered the phone. So where the hell did you have to go for work then?
Even if I didn't happen to answer the phone at all, I was there getting work done.
Then tomorrow, when everyone else goes back to work, I'll be asking your boss about you. I'll ask to see if you really did have to go into work or not during the holidays.
No, wait. My boss doesn't know anything about this. I went in all on my own without saying anything to him.
How much longer are you going to keep this lie going for?
This is not a lie.
Then you must have some evidence of yourself going into the office to get work done, right?
I do. I have a coworker that I went to the office with together to get work done.
So you're telling me that your coworker is going to be your witness then?
Well...
Is that coworker Ashley? That's what I thought, Shane. That coworker you're trying to tell me about happens to be the woman you're cheating on me with. And I'm sure she'll tell me that the two of you were together, right?
What are you going on about? Can you please stop coming at me with that kind of misunderstanding?
This is no misunderstanding, and the fact that you cheated on me will not be going away. You were already being a completely awful husband by making me do all of the chores at home and raise our child, as well as care for your mom. But to see that you even cheated on me while having me do all that work for you really shows just how horrible of a person you are to me.
I have not been cheating on you. What made you start talking to me about that?
You don't even have a password on your phone, Shane. Did you think someone like me, who has always been so busy caring for your mom, would never think that you might have been up to something?
Well, that's not what I was thinking at the time.
Did you know that your own mom asked Rachel to look into you because she thought you might be with another woman?
Huh?
I told you that the next time Rachel was in town, she'd come over, right? Well, the reason she'd be in town was to watch you and see what you were up to.
Why would Mom...
She told me that she suspected something serious was going on with you because you'd been acting strange. She's an amazing woman, your mother. I was busy every day getting the chores done and caring for her, but she knew better than to look away from you and your phone when you got home from work. Can we get a divorce now? This will allow you to go on ahead and live the rest of your life with that Ashley chick.
No, wait a second. I don't want you to leave me.
Are you starting to panic because you're about to lose the one person who's been caring for your mother for you? I know the reason you didn't want her going into retirement home wasn't because you hated the idea of her being around incompetent care workers, but because you'd lose all that money you hope to receive from her when she passes, right? Having her live in my care wouldn't require her to spend her savings and would leave you with more in your inheritance. And you just happen to think that me being busy with everything at home, I'd never even begin to think that you'd cheat on me, right? And as for that money you said you wanted to save up to get the house remodeled, that's all really meant for your other woman, right?
I never thought anything like that. I'm sorry. I just didn't want to go back home. I don't like having to look at Mom when she's in that state. And so I ran from the house. And soon after, things started to happen with my coworker.
I have no idea what you mean by that, nor do I want to. If you really didn't want to see your mom in this state, that would have been the reason to have her go to a home. You said you'd feel bad if you had to send her to a home, but I think she feels even worse having to sit at home knowing about her son cheating on his wife.
Why do you think she'd feel bad for that? I'm sure she never really noticed anything and was way more happy at home having you care for her.
Well, she never had her own son around to help her. And you never came home to talk to her any. Your mom actually hates seeing me being forced to care for her all the time, since I also have a child of my own that I need to worry about. Every day when I'd start to take care of her, she'd tell me she was so sorry that she was stealing all my time. She always told me that in the past, having to take care of her mother-in-law was so terrible, and that she didn't want me to end up doing the same for her. And that's why she really hoped to be put into a home where she could relax and know that she wasn't being a burden in my life.
I was just trying to think of Mom's happiness.
The only thing you've been thinking about is your own happiness, Shane. All of the evidence we have of you cheating on me shows that. We have recordings of the conversations you've had with Ashley about yourself. You laughed as you told her about how you forced me to care for everything at home, including your own mom, so I'd never be able to find out about you and her, right?
That was just me having a laugh. It had nothing to do with what I was saying, and I didn't even mean to say any of that to her.
Even if that is the case, I can no longer believe a single word that comes out of your mouth. What you've been saying and what you've been doing have been two separate things to me. We are going to get a divorce, Shane. I'm going to get myself a lawyer, and then I'll make sure I get all the money I deserve from you. And as for your mom, she's going to leave the hospital to enter a retirement home. She's already told me there will be no money left for you after she's gone.
Huh? Why is all of this happening?
Well, because of everything you've done so far. Are you trying to say that what you've been doing isn't all that bad to you?
No, I definitely think I've been doing some bad things. I'm really sorry, Lizzy. I'll make sure to call everything off with my coworker.
You don't have to leave her. I'm the one that'll be leaving you for good.
Lizzy, I'm so sorry. I really messed up this time.
This is not something you can fix with apologies anymore, Shane. You forced everything onto me at home and left your mom with nothing for you. But you know what's really made your mom and I upset with you to the point we'll never forgive what you've done? Is what you've done to Gracie. She had to sit in the house all day, every day, and do nothing. And she couldn't complain about the fact that her parents weren't around to be with her because I had to take care of your mom while you weren't even home. It's because of your unfaithfulness to this family that we are all upset.
We can put my mom into a home now. So how about the three of us stay home and make all this right? Please, Lizzy. I never wanted to get a divorce from you, and I still don't want to. Gracie's still in elementary school, right? Having to raise her all on your own, all the way until she gets into college is going to be hell for you, right? You understand that?
Gracie will be just fine. I'll have the money from the settlement I'll be getting from you. And not just that, but your mom said she'd do everything in her power to help finance any kind of schooling Gracie wants in the future. She said she'll make sure she has some money left for us after she passes, and that she wants it to be put into Gracie.
Well, but hold on. Having two parents is a whole lot better than just one for Gracie, right? There are a lot of kids that will begin to hold things against their single parent knowing they'll never have two, right? I'll make sure that from now on I spend more time with her. I'll show her that I'm the best man possible to be her father.
You think she's going to see someone who forced her to care for his mother and never went out to play with her as someone who can be a great father? I think you're the only one out of everyone in this family that was raised improperly. And by the way, didn't you tell Gracie to never tell me about how you haven't been home while I've been in the hospital? You said that if she told me anything about you, it would lead to us both falling apart, right? I'm not going to leave my daughter in the hands of some man that thinks it's okay to say things like that to his daughter.
I'm sorry, Lizzy, please forgive me. I don't want to do things like that anymore. I promise I'll never cheat on you again.
But I'm telling you that anything that comes out of your mouth is not worth believing in. This is what happens when you throw away your whole family for some other woman that you don't want anyone knowing about. I don't want to, Gracie doesn't want to, and your mom doesn't want to have you back in our lives anymore. Having your family here to take care of all your needs while you go out and cheat is ending today. After that, my mother-in-law's health started to get a lot better, and we began to fill things out so that she could be sent to a retirement home after getting out of the hospital. And when all that was handled, I divorced my husband. Of course, when the divorce was being handled by my lawyer, I was given full custody of my daughter. And after the divorce has been settled, I was able to get a pretty decent amount of money from him in the settlement. And he was left with pretty much nothing in his savings account. He had also been using a lot of the money in our house on this other woman, right? So I was able to get all that money back from her as well when the time came to send her that bill. Also, when it came to whether or not my husband had been going to work when he said he had, I contacted his boss and had a talk with him. I explained the whole situation of what had been going on with Shane and Ashley, and by doing so, them having an affair was brought to light, and his boss called him, warning him about the issues that this would cause. Ashley ended up getting really mad at Shane over this, and after paying me the settlement I asked for from her, she left the company and moved on. As for Shane, he's going to have to continue paying child support for a while, so he can't leave the job he has now. But due to everyone finding out about what he'd been doing with Ashley, everyone at the office would no longer talk to him and make sure his time there was a living hell. Ever since the divorce, I've been getting calls from Shane about how he really did want some of the money from his mom after she passed, but I've made sure to ignore all his pleas. I plan to keep his number unblocked since he has to pay Gracie's child support, but unless my daughter tells me that she wants to go and see him, I'm not replying a single word to him. I'm hoping that by doing this, my daughter can grow up with no troubles in her life. And this will make Shane regret everything he's done to his family, while also having to pay for us to live on. As for what happened with housing after the divorce, I made sure to take Gracie with me and move back to my parents' house where the four of us live together. I already had a lot of training in caring for the elderly due to being forced into caring for my mother-in-law, so because of that, I'll start my formal training next week to become a helper. And after I've graduated the course, I plan to start working as a professional helper, making money for myself and Gracie for our future. Ever since coming back to my parents' house, Gracie has had a lot more people around her to go and play with. And we have all had plenty more chances to leave the house to go out and eat or shop. Also, along with our new lives at my parents' house, we still have made an effort to go out and see my mother-in-law, to say hi to her as she stays in her new home. My ex may have been an awful person, but his mother is one of the nicest people I know, and deserves to have me stop by every so often to chat and drink coffee together. I may no longer be tied to her family, but her and I have become so close to one another that when she does need something, she can always count on me to be there for her. And I plan for things to be this way for a very long time, all the way until she spends her last day on this earth. I really want to have a brand new, loving and caring life with all my family. And that even includes those that are a part of my ex's family. And with all this love and joy, I hope to have a much happier life than I ever had before with Shane. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Tom, are you there? I just wanted to remind you that we're going to my parents' house. You do remember making those plans, right? I'm only saying this because I need you to come home a little early tonight. I told my mom that we would be heading out of here around 7 p.m. tonight.
Oh, right. So sorry about this, Julie, but I don't think I'm going to be able to make it back on time. A really important errand I have just popped up, So,
Wait, what? What, Aaron? What are you talking about?
well, a very important client just asked me out to dinner and some drinks. So I really just am not in a position at all to turn him down, you know? I guess you and Dot have to go together.
But my parents invited us over to their house to celebrate Dot's birthday. Don't you remember?
I know, but I don't get why they even did that when we already celebrated here at the house on the day of. So wouldn't that make this party kind of a sub-party or something like that? The whole point I'm trying to make here is just that I don't think it's super necessary that I be there.
You mean you don't even want to be there for your own daughter's birthday? You know how much she loves getting to spend time with you since you're always so busy with work. Besides, don't you think that you've been going out drinking just a little too much recently? I mean, I remember you saying that you had to go out last weekend, and the weekend before that as well. You're always coming home late because of that.
Look, I know I've been going out a lot, but it's not like I've been getting hammered every single day or something like that. Besides, you know that these kinds of things just come with the job, don't you?
I know that sometimes you have to go out and entertain clients, yes. But you don't always have to go every single time someone invites you out. I remember talking to your coworker, Jeff, and he was telling me that he's learned to say no to business dinner and to spend more time with his family. So, I just wonder if maybe that's something that you might have to work on as well, you know?
Okay, well, the difference between me and Jeff is that Jeff has no ambition, you see? He's gonna be stuck doing the same job at the office forever. I just know it.
Well, I am sure that his family is very, very grateful for how much he is sacrificing to be with them. Besides, Tom, I know how hard you work. You give so much to your job, and it shows. But there's a flip side to that. I mean, when was the last time you didn't have just Dot and I clean the whole house? I just feel like we have to do everything around here, and we never even get to see you.
Okay. I get it. Jeez. I guess I can try and come home early tomorrow, okay?
No, Tom, it can't be tomorrow. It has to be tonight. Please, you know about these plans, and I already told my parents too. And there's something else, actually. I want you to start taking Dot to her track and field practices, okay?
Oh, right. I almost forgot that the big race is coming up pretty soon, isn't it?
That's right. And I want to make sure that we support Dot in this every single step of the way. Besides, it would be a good chance for you and her to spend some quality time together and maybe do some father-daughter bonding. Because Dot complains all the time about you not being at home enough.
Are you kidding me? Do I not see her every single morning before I go to work?
That's exactly the problem, Tom. You only see her briefly in the morning. But Dot is still waking up by the time that you're basically out the door, so she hardly even interacts with you. And because you're always coming home so late, by the time you do get back here, Dot has already fallen asleep.
Right, I see. I guess when you put it that way, I can kind of start to see your point.
Well, that's why I'm pushing so hard for you to be there for her this weekend for her birthday. And not only on her birthday, but the weekends in general. You do realize that during the week, I'm the one driving Dot around everywhere, despite the fact that I also have a part-time job. I need some alone time too, Tom. I really mean this.
Okay, alright. I get it. I understand what you're saying, and I'm sorry for everything.
Well then, do you think that you could think of something for you and Dot to do this weekend?
Well, now, just hold on. I was going to play golf this weekend.
You're going to be playing golf all weekend? On Saturday and Sunday? Are you serious?
Well, I've really been wanting to get out there and practice my drive. But I swear to you that I will think of something Dot and I can do next weekend. And from now on, I promise to try and find more ways to be at home and spend more time with you both. But I just need this weekend.
Ugh. Tom, do you even realize that you always do this? Why should I trust you this time?
Please. I swear that I'll come home on this time every single day of the week. You have my word. Just give me this, okay?
It's fine too. You clearly have already made up your mind, and I'm not going to be changing it. I take it that you're going to be golfing with your boss again this time? I'm not happy about it, but if you really want to go and do this thing, then be my guest. But you have to promise me right now that you are not going to make any plans that don't involve Dot next weekend. At the very least, you have to spend at least one day, Saturday or Sunday, with her, okay?
Yes, I got it. I swear that I'll keep my schedule open just for Dot, okay? I promise you.
Well, I'm sorry, but I guess the only thing I have to say is that I'll believe it when I see it. Anyways, I have to finish up some dishes that I was going to take over to my parents' house. And I guess I can leave you some dinner for when you come back home.
Great. Thank you so much. You don't know how much this means to me. Just please tell your parents how sorry I am that I had to miss this. But I'm sure that they'll understand.
That's fine. I appreciate you apologizing. Just please don't drink too much. And be careful coming home, okay?
Hey Julie, are you there? I just wanted to let you know that my mom and I were going to be taking a trip together at the end of the month, okay? I think we'll probably be away for about a week or so.
Wait, hold on. You're going to be leaving the house for a whole week?
Yeah, don't worry though. I already asked for the time off from work and they said it was fine.
Now wait just a second here, Tom. We haven't even taken a vacation anywhere for over a year now. But now you're saying that you've made plans with your mom and you're going to leave just the two of you?
Yeah, well, I am her son, and I think she deserves to have a nice little vacation. Is that so wrong? Besides, you know that we live much farther away from her than your parents. We hardly ever get to see her compared to them. So I was just thinking that it would be great if I could do something for her. I asked my mom if there was anything she really had been wanting to do lately, and she told me it was to take a trip somewhere.
And did you even suggest that Dad and I tag along as well?
No, I think my mom just wanted to go on a trip with her son. Keep it all in the family, you know? Besides, it's already expensive enough traveling with just the two of us. If we doubled that amount of people, that would just be too much.
Now look, Tom, I am not telling you not to go on this trip, but I am saying that I just wish you thought this through a little more and talked to me about it.
I know, you're right. I probably should have talked to you about this first. But I was just thinking that you and I and Dot could go take a vacation whenever we want. But it's way more difficult with my mom, and you never know if something's going to happen to her health. So I just wanted to go on a mother and son trip while we still could. I mean, we all only live once, right?
Yes, that is true, and I'm sure your mom is very happy to get to do this with you.
You have no idea. She sounded like she was overjoyed when I told her about the plan. She's been sending me messages every day asking about it ever since then.
Well, that's good, and I am happy for the two of you. But when you get back from that trip, can we please try and look into something to do with just the three of us? Because Dot still complains about not getting to see you often enough.
What is she talking about? I went to her race and watched that, didn't I?
Tom, please. You were asleep through basically all of it. I wouldn't really say that you were there. In fact, I couldn't believe that you did that. What in the world made you think that was okay?
Well, I don't really know what to say. I guess the stress from working all week just caught up with me and I couldn't keep my eyes open. But I promise that when I get back from this trip, I'm only going to be focused on two things. You and Dot. You have my word, okay?
I thought I already had your word, Tom. But you always do this. You always say what you think I want to hear, but you don't follow through.
I know, but this time I'm for real. You have to believe me. Ask Dot about where she would like to go, and we could do a whole weekend trip to wherever she wants.
And you promise that you'll actually follow through on that this time? Because if you don't, then I'm going to be very, very upset with you. You know that, right?
Come on. Did you really just tell me that? Of course I'm not going to break this promise. I'm telling you that once I get back from this trip with my mom, I am only going to be focused on you and Dot. I know that I've caused you a lot of trouble by not really listening to you like I should be, but this really was just for my mom. I swear. You should have seen how she lit up when I first even suggested going somewhere with her.
And just where is all of this coming from all of a sudden, huh? Because it's not like you even spent that much time with your mom before now.
What do you mean? Of course nothing has happened. but I'm already 35 and I've just been doing a lot of thinking is all.
I see. Well, I would be lying if I said that hearing all of this didn't make me happy. And I really do hope that you and your mom are able to enjoy the time together.
Of course. I promise that we're going to make the most of it, and that I swear that I'm going to be all about you and Dot. And I'm not just saying that. I really truly am going to follow through this time. I'll be a new man by the time I get back.
Well, you don't have to wait for your trip to change, you know. But I am glad that you're so optimistic about this. I guess I'll ask Dot about where she would like to go, and then I'll get back to you about what she said, okay?
Great. Sounds good to me. I'm looking forward to it.
Hello, Julie. I was wondering if you had a moment to chat. Oh, Rita, it's been so long since I've heard from you. Of course I have a moment to chat with my mother-in-law. What's in your mind? Well, the thing is that I can't seem to get a hold of Tom at all, and I'm wondering if you happen to know where he is. Is he at home with you right now? It's actually a bit of an emergency, so I really need to connect with him soon. Wait, what? I'm sorry, I'm a little confused. Aren't you two on your trip together right now? A trip? What do you mean by that? I'm still here at the hospital. I'm sorry, what? You're at the hospital? What happened? Is everything okay? No, everything is not okay. I was out jogging this morning and I rolled my ankle, but I happened to be on a hill just then, so I ended up rolling all the way down in. And by the time I came to, I was awake in a hospital bed. I guess some passerby must have seen what happened and called the ambulance. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. I'm so sorry to hear that. Is anything broken at all? Yes. In addition to my ankle, I also broke my right wrist in the fall. Not only that, but I hit my head a few times, so they want to keep me overnight here. So anyways, I wanted to get in touch with Tom and tell him all about what happened, but I can't. I see. So then you're still at the hospital right now, is that right? That's right. I think I'll probably be here until sometime tomorrow, it seems. But that means that you're really not on any sort of vacation right now then? There you go again, talking about trips and vacations. What is that all about? Why do you think that I'm supposed to be out of town right now? Well, it's just that Tom left to go to the airport yesterday. He told me we were going to meet you there and that you two were going to take a mother and son vacation together. Wait, what? Well, this is the first that I'm hearing about any of this. But I haven't seen Tom in months, and he certainly never told me about that kind of trip. That's why I went out jogging today, like I always do, because I thought it was just a normal day. I see. Well then, I guess that means that Tom was lying to me, wasn't he? I guess it certainly does seem that way. Oh, Julie, I am so sorry that you have to deal with my idiot of a son. You really don't deserve any of this. I can't believe that Tom would lie to you. Can you tell him that he needs to get back here right this second? Hold on there for a second, Rita. I actually think it might be good if we take some time to figure out where Tom is and what he's doing. I have a feeling that he's traveling with someone. I'd be surprised if I was out running around doing all of this alone. I see. So then you think that Tom is away on vacation with some other person? I think the chances of that are quite high, yeah. I think it would be better if we kept this a secret between us and let Tom keep thinking that he's gotten away with this. I see. Well, if you think that's best, then I'll follow your lead. I guess in that case, I'll just leave a message telling him that I'm in the hospital and see what he says. Yes, please do that. And I really am so sorry that you had that accident, Rita. It sounds just horrible. No, I'm fine, really. Just a little banged up and bruised. But I really am so sorry that my son lied to you like he did. You really didn't deserve any of that. You don't need to apologize for anything, Rita. You didn't do anything, okay? But I'm going to investigate into this and let you know what I find. Besides, I am worried in case Tom is in some kind of actual trouble right now. Either way, you just focus on recovering and getting out of there as soon as you can, okay? I suppose there's really not much else I can do from here. But if you think of any way that I can help, just let me know. Thank you so much for that, Rita. I really do appreciate it. Okay then, I'll keep you updated on what happens next.
Hey Rita, where are you? I wanted to let you know that I'm back from my trip now.
Well, good for you. Have a look at the kitchen table.
Wait a second. What is this? These are divorce papers. What's going on here?
What do you think is going on here? You and I are getting a divorce, Tom. I already signed where I need to, so just sign the papers and let's get this over with.
Wait a second. Is this about taking the trip with my mom?
No, it's not about that.
Then, is this about not spending enough time with you and Dot?
I guess that's one way of putting that, yeah.
But I told you that I was going to be a changed man when I got back from this trip. Please don't do this.
You idiot. The reason I'm divorcing you is because you left on this trip to cheat on me. You made this whole sob story about how you realized the importance of family, and it was just a lie. But did you really think you were going to get away with this?
Hold on a second. What are you talking about? I'm not cheating on you. I really did just have a trip with my mom, and that's it. I told you about this.
And I talked to your mom about your trip together.
But how could you do that? I doubt she's even back home now.
I guess you really still do think that you can get away with this. If you must know, your mom reached out to me and told me that you told her to say that you did go on a trip with her. Actually, her and I are together right now.
Hold on a second. Why are you with my mom? I don't get it.
I'm with your mom because while you were away with whoever, she had an accident and ended up in the hospital. She reached out to me looking for you while I thought that the both of you were away together on a vacation. And so tell me, who just was it that you were traveling around with?
It was just a friend, that's all. I swear. But I don't think you know them. You have to know that I wasn't cheating on you, though. You know that I would never ever do that.
Oh, please. Can you just come out and admit it already? You left yourself logged on your laptop, and I could see your whole trip itinerary. I already know everything. I was just hoping that you'd come out and admit it yourself.
But, no. You don't get it. Please, you have the wrong idea about this.
No, I don't. It wasn't just one friend, was it? It was a group of your friends who were all cheating on their wives. But you have to know that I follow some of them, and they posted about their trip online. I could see everything.
Okay, let me explain. The thing is that I didn't want to go on this trip, and the only reason I did was that so I could tell this other woman that we had to break up. She told me she wanted to end it all on a high note and begged me to come with her on the trip. So it's all over. You believe me now, right?
Even if I did believe what you just told me, you're still admitting to cheating on me. You get that, right?
Well, yeah, but did you miss the part where I broke up with her to be with you and Dot?
Oh, well, thank you so much for sparing some thoughts for your daughter and wife. We appreciate it greatly. You really always show how much you care by forcing me to watch Dot while you barely ever spend any time at home.
But I didn't have any choice. She might have blurted everything to you if I said no.
I can't believe that you actually think I'm going to pity you for any of this. Do you really think that I would ever forgive you for this? Just know that I'm going to sue you for this affair.
I'm so sorry. I'll pay you whatever it is that you need me to. But please, just don't leave me. That's all I ask.
I'm afraid that I've been hurt and betrayed by you too many times. Not only that, but I've let you hurt my daughter far too many times. All that girl wants is to spend more time with her father and go out and do fun things with you. But you seem to prefer working and sleeping around to spending any time with your own child.
Please, Rita, don't you know how much it hurts to have you say those kinds of things to me? You know this isn't how I wanted all of this to go, right?
Quite frankly, I don't think you know how this was going to go. But it is clear that you didn't look ahead at when you were doing any of this. But you were never hesitant to constantly remind me of how hard you work for your family. But I guess in the end, that was just another lie, wasn't it?
I'm so sorry. I was an idiot. I never should have treated you like this. You didn't deserve any of this.
Oh, I am well aware of that. I don't need you telling me that. I didn't need my husband cheating on me, thank you very much. But that's why I'm leaving you. You're a terrible husband, a terrible father, and a sad excuse for a man. I just don't see the point in wasting any more of my life with you. If you want to do something for Dot and I, Know that that would be to sign the divorce papers and leave us alone forever. After that, Tom and I got divorced. He was kicking and screaming and crying throughout the whole process, but I didn't let that slow me down. Even Tom's mom was on my side and pushed him into signing the divorce papers as well. Needless to say, I made sure that I was given full custody of Dot. It turns out the woman my husband was seeing was someone from his work. After our divorce, rumors began to circle about what happened, and before long, everyone knew what was going on between the two of them and that it led to Tom's divorce. Tom couldn't stand all the rumors circling around the office about him, so he finally quit his job and moved away. But that's not before I was able to sue him and the other woman for their affair. I also made it so Tom would have to pay child support. The last I heard, Tom was renting a tiny apartment in another city and trying to start his life over from scratch. As for me, I had so much love and support come in from family and friends that I think Dot and I are going to be just fine. I was obviously so nervous about starting life as a single mother who had been cheated on by her husband. But with so much love and support, I realized that I had basically already been a single mother throughout my entire marriage. Tom was hardly ever there for us, and I was always doing all the parenting. Of course, now that I'll have to work full-time, things will be getting more complicated, but the money from the lawsuit is going to make this transition much easier. Now I know that as long as Dad and I are together, nothing is ever going to come between us. I'm not going to pretend like the future is going to be easy, but I think it will be much brighter without Tom in our lives. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.